who got the best of the Jets' Sauce Gardner trade to the Colts for 2 first-round picks? 2. All right, so I've got on this one, I've got claw machine, remote control, and golden horseshoe. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make some delicious kettle corn. It's going to be really not good for you. It's popcorn covered in sugar, but man, does it taste good. Man, is it delicious. So, this one does count as a stunner from down under. I pay attention to this crap because I have a daily talk show to do, and so you look for names, and there's certain names that are mentioned. Did not have Sauce Gardner on my big board. Not a list for Terry in England. Not a list. Big board. Did not see Sauce Gardner being traded. Sauce Gardner was supposed to be untouchable. He was supposed to be the guy that you build your defense around, the cornerstone, shut down defensive back in the prime of his career, another 5 or 6 dominant years ahead, 2 all-pro nods, locked up, long-term big money contract. Long-term big money contract. That's not the guy that you typically trade. That's a guy that you build around. You showcase that player. Oh my God, we finally got a draft pick right. The Jets suck in the draft every year. They finally did something smart. They drafted a player that knows what he's doing, and they signed him, and then they said, bye-bye, and they traded his ass. It's so great. It's just, again, not a guy that you should trade. That's a guy you build around, and instead they got rid of him. So, Maller report card. The Colts get a B+. Not an A, a B+. The Jets get a C-. I should have gone D, but I went C-. I was being generous. I went C-. I should have gone lower than that. Bad job by me. But I went C- on the Maller report card, and the Colts get a B+. Indy, on my scorecard, and if you look at the CompuBox stats, they absolutely swindled the Jets. They absolutely swindled the Jets. And I'm hearing a lot, oh, my God, I can't believe it. The other way, and we'll get to that in a minute, that the Jets won, but I don't see it that way. If I'm sitting in Indiana right now, and I like the Colts, I don't know there's many Colt fans out of Indiana, I'm smiling. I got a Cheshire cat smile from ear to ear right now at this trade. I do. You have a known commodity. All right, Sauce Gardner, it's not like you're not sure, can the guy play? I don't know. You plug and play him. How good is he? That's open to debate. He's been surrounded by crap with the Jets. There'll be not a great upgrade in talent with the Colts, but the Colts defense is the weak part of the team, has been. But the secondary, you slide him in to that Indianapolis Colts secondary, and immediately Sauce Gardner is the number 1 defensive player. Number 1 for Indianapolis when he puts on that uniform for the first time. And so you put the Jets in the food processor and you hit puree, and there you go. That's the Jets. They get 2 lottery tickets. Whee! Oh, it's great. And it is such a debacle with the Jets. You just have to laugh. I mean, is there a dumber fan base than the Jet fan base with what these guys, the Jets organization does, and how the Jet fan base always, oh, this is so good. Oh, my God, I got my pants down. They got 2 first-round draft picks in this trade, and they got another one from the Cowboys. We'll get to that later. Oh, my God. Yeah. Okay. Of course, again, the vast majority never pan out. Sauce is a legit top-level defensive back. Again, you say, well, he's not playing well this year, and there's this, that, and come up with a million stats, whatnot. He's in his prime. He's made the All-Pro team twice in a row. Not the Pro Bowl where they play tic-tac-toe and grab ass. This is like a legitimate thing, All-Pro status, which means you're top 1% of the NFL. And so you cannot replace that with a couple of rookies. And remember, these draft picks, you're more likely to get the next D. Milner. If you're a Jets fan, you know that name. Oh, he was good at Alabama. D. Milner. Good luck on that. The Jets are able to continue this long-term con, which is the Jets, where they pull these kind of moves. And as far as Sauce Gardner, These contracts in the NFL, unless you get a full no-trade clause, are in this situation. But the Jets fooled everyone. They fooled absolutely everyone with that extension that Sauce Gardner got. Total head fake. It was trickeration by Aaron Glenn and the new regime with the Jets. Aaron Glenn and those guys, they were the ones pumping the tires on Sauce Gardner, that he's a cornerstone guy. Psych! Psych! He's a cornerstone of the demo of the Jets defense there. So the Colts are the big beneficiary of this. Now, they're getting an absolute dog. I don't need any cats. I want some dogs. Arf, arf, arf. They're getting a dog here in the secondary. So it's a B+, easy. The Jets, I mentioned a C- here. They're the guy, the Jets, who trade a Rolex watch because they're at the Carnival, and they trade their Rolex watch because they get a couple of tokens to the claw machine, and they're really excited about the claw machine because there's a really cute stuffed kangaroo in there, and they want to get the stuffed kangaroo, and they might not get it, and it's only got 2 tokens, but it's worth the shot. They give up the Rolex. It's worth the shot to take 2 chances of that nice stuffed kangaroo. And so the Colts win this by a country mile. Now, in another part of the trade, we can break this down 8 million ways. Page two, in spite of the Maller report card declaring Indy the winner here. All right, we did give Indy the win. Many Jet fans, or at least people masquerading as Jet fans, seem to think that I'm wrong, that the Jets actually fleeced the Colts by getting those 2 first-round draft picks. It was an absolute fleece job. 2 first-round draft picks from Indy for Sauce Gardner. Can you explain the mindset, the different mindset here that I think Indianapolis clearly won this trade, but there's a lot of people like, oh, no, you don't know what you're talking about. They got 2 draft picks. Oh, my God, 2 draft picks. Let me tell you something. All right? There's a lot of dumb people out there, number one. Number two, it's a sucker's game. It is an absolute sucker's game, and these people have convinced themselves that the mystery box, what's in the box? The mystery box of draft picks, whatever that might become, is better than an actual all-pro. It's like rich people that gamble. It makes no sense, dummy. You're already rich. What are you doing? So remember Mark Davis, the Raiders owner, who never earned a dollar. He just wrote off the daddy's money, family money, and he's gambling, playing slot machines at the airport in Vegas. He won a jackpot. Like, dude, you're already rich. You inherited an NFL team. What are you doing? And I look at the same way. When you have an established good player, and you're like, I'd rather get something in the box. What's in the mystery box? It just doesn't make any sense. And it's like, what are you doing? You have an actual all-pro. Do you know how hard it is to get that right? And the math against you? And that's what people don't understand. They don't. It's like the lotteries. Dumb people play the lottery. They play a lot. No, I don't. Listen, I play the lottery every once, so I guess I'm dumb too. But if you play it a lot, it's really just a stupid tax. And Sauce is an elite player right now. But what if we make the draft and we pick up 2 Sauce Gardners? Oh, my God, we'll get 2 of them. Oh, man. Come on. Listen, the Jet fans are right now in the process, yet again, of being hoodwinked, bamboozled, and hornswoggled. It happens every couple of years. Rinse, wash, and repeat. Rinse, wash, and repeat. They're being led down the garden path yet again. Every couple of years like clockwork. I've been doing this job for a while. I can't tell you how many monologues we've done about the Jets. The future is bright for the Jets. Oh, my God. Just a couple years ago, they had 3 first-round draft picks, and they suck right now. But they had 3 first-round draft picks. Oh, my God. Yeah, so every couple of years, they get a bunch of draft picks. They blow that up. They sell the future. And remember, they sell the future, and people always buy the future being better. It's like some sleazy politicians end up winning that way. Because it's like, well, the future's going to be... It's unrealistic, though, right? It's unrealistic. It's like promising everyone free food. Well, someone has to pay for the food. There's no such thing as free food. It's like, well, every draft pick's going to be great. Well, actually, the math on that is not that great, right? But it's easy to say that stuff. It's easy to say that stuff. Rebuild. It is the easiest thing to sell in pro sports. It is the easiest thing to sell. You just wait till next year. We have a plan. We have a 5-year plan to put a bad product out. It's like a restaurant that served food with cockroaches for 5 years. But in year 6, man, is that food going to be good? Just eat the cockroaches. Eat them. Eat the cockroaches. Anyway, it's the same Green Goblin circus, and so here we are again. By the way, the Maller math, I fell down a rabbit hole. I did the Maller math here. So the last 20 years, I feel like that's a good sample size. That's a generation. A generation's 20 years. By the time you're born, you grow up, you get out of school, you have a job, you start to settle up. You're settling into your life. 20 years is a generation. So the last 20 years, what percentage of first-round draft picks have become all-pro players like Sauce Gardner? You want to take a guess? Give me a percentage. All right. The answer? Is it 40%? No. How about 30%? It's got to be 30%. 3 out of no. Okay, at least 25%, right? No? How about 16%? You have a 16% chance of getting what you just traded away. That's it. That is a 161 batting average, which, by the way, is better than Mookie Betts hit in the World Series. I'm just saying. But a 161 batting average. You'd get demoted if you batted 161, unless you're making $30 million a year, and then you'd be in the lineup every day. My God. Even top 10 picks. You say, well, not all first-round picks are the same, so what about the top 10? All right, so the top 10 picks hits about 210. Hit about 210, 21%. And the Jets fans are drunk on the green Kool-Aid of the draft, and some faceless, nameless player, he's got a high upside. Oh, okay. That's great. And most of these guys who are drafted in the first round, you're not supposed to say this part out loud, they'll become backups in the NFL, journeyman NFL players. Some of them will sell you insurance. They'll be complete busts. Some of them will kill young women and dogs that burn up in their cars and go to jail in Nevada. That happens. Ask the Raiders about that. And you'll draft occasionally. You'll draft a great, talented player who will turn out to be great and wonderful. But you had that. You got it right once. And a fan favorite with a cool name and the whole thing and locked up under contract, and you said bye-bye. And it really is backwards thinking, too. When you think you hired a defensive coach in Aaron Glenn, and if you have a top defense, you don't have to be great on offense. You just have to be middle of the road on offense if you have a truly great defense, and that's a formula to become a playoff team. Now the Jets are like, well, no, we want to get really bad. We want B.O. We want really nasty B.O. is what we want. So the Jets are like, all right, let's grab the remote control, and we're going to hit the pause button, and then we're going to hit the mute button to block out all the noise, and no results needed. Just kick the can down the road and go, well, we need more time. Okay, good. Wonderful. All right, last word here. So on the indie side of things, the question, we go back to the Colts. The Colts are being hyped up now as AFC Super Bowl favorites by many on social media after the Sauce Gardner trade. Do you think they measure up? Do you believe the Colts measure up to that lofty status as now the team to beat? Not Kansas City, not Buffalo, but instead Indianapolis, not any of the other teams in the AFC. So under the Maller microscope, which is always right, never wrong, the Maller microscope, under the Maller microscope, with apologies to the blue and white horseshoe fan base, let's pump the brakes now, or I guess the better phrase would be, cool your jets. Cool your jets would be the phrase here. So, listen, Sauce is a baller, no question. We like the player. That is an upgrade. He becomes the face of your defensive football team. They believe they got a shutdown defensive back. Otherwise, you don't trade 2 first-round draft picks. However, unfortunately, this is not Madden. You're not playing Madden here. And you don't just plug in one guy and all of a sudden become the favorites overnight here. And the biggest problem for the Colts is not the defense. The defense isn't great. That's not the biggest problem here. It's Daniel freaking Jones. That's the problem. That's why I can't say that Indianapolis is the favorite in the AFC. I can't do it. You can slap lipstick on that horse. Of course, you can do that there in Indy, and that's what they've done so far. You had a dud of a game against Pittsburgh, Daniel Jones. You can do all that you want, but you still got to ride. Ultimately, at some point, to get to the Super Bowl, you're going to have to win a game on the back of Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes at quarterback. And that dude is not a thoroughbred. He turns into a Clydesdale. He's a plotter in big moments there, and he's got the nickname now, Indiana Jones. Now, that's a cool nickname. However, he's doing cosplay. He's an impersonator of Indiana Jones, and the problem is, in crunch time, the Indiana Jones that plays quarterback for the Colts, he doesn't have the whip. It's not allowed. Doesn't have the brain power. Doesn't have that, and he's fumbling the relics all over the place. For better or worse, though, the Colts have basically staple gunned themselves to Daniel Jones going forward here for the next couple of years. They are guaranteed to offer him a good-sized contract. They probably already have the outline of the deal done, I would imagine, at this point here. There is no other option. There is no plan B. It is all about Daniel Jones. He just got the golden horseshoe stuck right up his tuchus. Congratulations, right? And because they have nothing else. And that's why I gave the Colts less than the full top grade, because for this to work, Daniel Jones has to be good in order for this all to work here. So regardless, I will give Indy credit. We have made some jokes of Carly Ursay Gordon, the daughter of Jim Irsay, who passed away, died from the drugs and stuff a while back, and she's out there on the sidelines doing her thing, whatever. But this is a cool move. I like it. I mean, I can get on board with this. This is cool, right? And she's trying to make waves, honoring the family tradition, the Irsay family tradition of doing ridiculous things, crazy things. Jim Irsay's final act as Colts owner was to hire an ESPN broadcaster as coach, which I thought was great because I'm a broadcaster. I could coach an NFL team. Why not? Jeff Saturday did. I could do it. So it's a bold move. It's a, hey, it's our time type move. You don't make this move if you don't think you can get to a Super Bowl. It's fun. I'm all about the fun. It's great. We need more teams to act like the Colts and make the big move. Who cares about the draft picks, man? Losers care about draft picks. And again, so the problem is they have an underlying condition. That's the only problem here. And that's why I gave him a B+ and not an A+, is Daniel Jones. And I know he wasn't part of the transaction, but again, I give him a B+ because ultimately for this to work, you have to overcome your underlying pre-existing condition here. And it's indigestion every time Daniel Jones has the ball in his hands close and late, big spot. You know it's not going to work out for you.